before being taken down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Goff on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that'll bring up second down.
20.
Here's Goff, sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. And he's taken down inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. 23 yards, the final tally. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down first and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you planned to do.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is...
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Refusing to go down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Gurley unable to punch it in on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. We don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, he'll try and run it. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson and an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
He may try, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson with his second touchdown here in this first half, as the Ravens push further out in front. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. To throw again on second down. Goff flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. On first down, it's gone. Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown.
I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spin. Made a killing and did it again.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach.
Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M20 Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Get a look at Lamar Jackson as he brings out the Baltimore Ravens. And boy, was Lamar Jackson good in Week 11 in that blowout of Houston. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He also ran for 86 yards and continues, Charles, to strengthen his case for the MVP award.
Yeah, and think about what he's done, because it's the wins. His team may be the hottest team in the league. They beat previously undefeated New England earlier this season. He takes care of the football. You mentioned it, no interceptions with 4 touchdown passes. But he gives us highlight reel plays every week as well. He's doing everything possible to show that he's the MVP. But the best thing he's doing, rallying his team near the top of the NFL standings.
There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 60 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Leading the Texans here onto the field is quarterback Deshaun Watson, who had a rough game. Well, the team had a rough game last week in that 41-7 loss to Baltimore. But let's focus on Watson. 169 yards passing, no touchdowns, and an interception. And he got sacked 6 times against the Ravens, Charles.
And I think what I focus on in that game is I'm used to Deshaun Watson leading a charge in the second half, in the fourth quarter, and that never materialized. But that doesn't mean he hasn't had a great season so far. But the stat I keep coming back to, he had never lost a game by more than 8 points in his career prior to last Sunday. That's pretty impressive, too.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Watson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game, because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communicate.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going for it. It's Watson eluding the pressure right. And it is incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And this announcer kind of speechless. Cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. I'm not even going to try to unpack that one.
Good move. Let's just leave that one alone, shall we?
Cat's got our tongue here in the booth.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Houston's offense coming back out here. And, Charles, back in Week 11, we talked about that loss, 41-7 to Baltimore. So now, look, they're neck and neck at the top of the AFC South. It's going to be interesting to see how this division plays out. They definitely need to do a better job, though, of keeping Deshaun Watson upright if they want to have a chance to win this division.
Yeah, sacked 6 times in that game against Baltimore, and he has to do his part as well by getting rid of the football and helping out his linemen. But how about this 3-game stretch at home? Remember, they're trying to prevent a sweep by Indy, and then the winner takes the lead in the AFC South when that game happens, and then they host New England and host Denver. This is 3.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor in there to drop him for a loss on the play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They are going for it. Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he fends him off. And this announcer kind of speechless. Cannot explain what just happened there. Utter lunacy. He ran the wrong way the length of the field and gave up a safety. Oh, my. All I can say is that baby might have just set the game of football back 40 years. Maybe 50, maybe 60.
Let's just go for 70. Just keep going.
The game never started.
Because there's no way I can analyze that. There's just no way.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Pernell McPhee able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long... Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And